All right, we're talking what to do and how to train 1 week out from a competition. We're approaching Team Grit time frame, so I'm focusing this one on that. And by 1 week out, I'm really talking the Monday through Friday prior to a weekend competition. The weekend prior to a weekend competition, it's a good idea to simulate multiple WODs, simulate a competition, potentially doing 2 to 3 shorter metcons or two short metcons with an hour between each one, and then one strength test like a 1 rep max or 3 rep max or something. Practicing how you're going to refuel between each of those type of workouts, and how you feel after refueling and stretching and mobilizing, how long it takes you to warm up for each one. The further you are into a competition, a CrossFit competition, the less warm-up time you'll need and more skill-specific warm-up you'll need. So let's start with a Monday prior. So Monday, I know there's a more high-tech way to do this. This is a lazy thing. It's easier for me to do. So Monday, prior to a Saturday competition, we're going to do light hip speed lifting. We're talking pulling stuff like deadlift, power snatch, power clean, or lighter squatting out of the bottom hip speed. Keeping the load less than 60%, less than or equal to 60% of your 1 rep max from whatever lift you're using, and limit your reps to 3 per set, and no more than about 30 total reps of that. In the example I give down here, we're doing multiple sets of 2 reps with power snatch at 60% of my 1 rep max, resting 90 seconds between each set, focusing really on form and just feeling explosive speed out of the hips. After that, I'm going to do a moderate aerobic effort. So we're talking running, biking, or running 2-minute sets. And here it's 4 sets of 2 minutes at 85% of your aerobic effort. And it's important to delineate between 85% of aerobic effort and 85% effort, overall effort. 85% aerobic effort, we're talking more along the lines of a level 3 output. All right. Obviously, good mobility and recovery after that. Next, on Tuesday, now we're going to get a true CrossFit Metcon kind of workout. So we're going to do a short glycolytic or lactic workout, keeping the time frame less than 7 minutes. We also need to limit reps, keeping in mind our smaller muscle groups. So less than 30 reps total for your upper body pulling, pushing stuff. Keep thinking about shoulders and chest, not wanting to fatigue those smaller muscles or do anything that's going to give us delayed onset muscle soreness and really potentially take us out of the skill game on Thursday when we're reviewing some skill work, and then still sore into the weekend. That's not what we want. And I said less than 50 total reps from any kind of lower body work, so a weighted squatting or anything like that. Keep the reps limited. My sample workout down there, you see the 3 rounds for time of 15 kettlebell swings with a lighter load, 40 double unders, and 8 burpees. Something you can get through pretty darn quick. It's not heavy in volume. You can do it fast. You won't be crushed after it, and you won't be sore due to the limited rep scheme. Wednesday, I think the workouts are going to be announced Wednesday for Team Grit. This is the day to avoid going to the gym. So what we're going to do is rest, mobilize, and mentally prepare. Stay out of the gym. The competition WODs, most competitions will announce their workouts on like the Tuesday or Wednesday prior if they haven't done it before that. So this is the time to come up with your game plan, not just for the competition, but also come up with your game plan for how you're going to work out tomorrow on Thursday for your skill review. What skills you need to do, how are you going to put together some sample sets of workouts. If it's partners, who's going to do what, and in each workout, who's going to do what movement, what rep schemes. And then Thursday, you can practice the actual communication handoff stuff. But if you try and go to the gym on Wednesday because you see something that's concerning you, you inevitably will stay too long, get yourself burned out, and you'll need rest Thursday, but that's the day we really actually need to be doing some other quality work, which I'll talk about in a second. I just need to flip it. Thursday. Now we're coming in to do our skill session. We're looking for 30 minutes max of actual skill work. So we're going to do our full warm-up. You can warm up to some weights, keeping rep schemes low, and then 30 minutes of actual skill work on whatever you're doing. Focus on the competition movements, obviously, and then I put some limits up here, like not exceeding 70% of your 1 rep max in any lift. So if it's asking you to do, let's say, a 5 rep max as a buy-in for a 5 rep max back squat as a buy-in for a workout on the competition day, We're not going to try and find a 5-rep max on Thursday prior to that. And I'll talk some philosophy stuff at the end here about that. Now we're keeping our rep scheme less, again, trying to avoid fatiguing our smaller muscle groups prior to the competition. So 20 for the upper body and 35 for the demanding lower body stuff as our rep limits. Trying to read upside down here. Now we do some walkthrough scenarios. This is where your Wednesday planning on how you're going to prep today. Walk through sets using partial reps. So if a workout had a high volume, like 600 meters of rowing and 60 slam balls and 60 double unders, you can practice the skill of transitioning from the rower to the double unders to the slam ball and how you're feeling, but we can keep our reps more like 250 row, 15 slam balls, 20 double unders. Go through that at about 80-85% effort, not all out. Take a good rest and recover and find a way to do it more efficiently and practice your communication and handoffs with your partner. After that is done, after your 30-minute session max of skill work, then you're going to do a lactic dosing. Lactic acid is a fuel that we're actually going to use and call upon in the competition once you get to a glycolytic effort in a competition. So 5 sets of rowing or biking. In theory, you could do running as well. I kind of like rowing and biking better, but 18 to 22 seconds at 97% effort. 18 to 22 seconds because that's right in the heart of the area where we start to tap into producing lactic acid and getting some retention acidosis, and that will hang around as fuel for about a day later or 2 days later. So short work sets and then rest between 2:30 to 3:30, but we want to be walking around during that rest. Friday, we are resting and mobilizing and potentially doing skill work if needed, but it's unloaded skill work and less than 25 minutes if you are going to do it. Again, keeping in mind fatiguing of smaller muscle groups. Mental preparation. So Saturday you can crush it. Here's a big picture philosophy discussion. I'm 7 minutes in, I'll keep it under 8 minutes. Is the work you've done up to the week prior is what will get you to the competition. You either make or break the competition, not in what gains you make from training in the week prior, but in not destroying yourself. You potentially could make some skill gains, like getting your first muscle up, but if you do 70 practice muscle ups to get your first muscle up on Tuesday or Wednesday prior to a competition, you may have some serious issues with chest and shoulders and triceps when it comes time to the competition that could catch up to you. Practice your fueling, practice your mental preparation and your handoffs and coordination as a team, and have a plan going into the week prior. Crush it, guys. See you in the box.